West Ham have appointed Julen Lopetegui as the new head coach. It's going to be confirmed actually within the coming hours now, today. So it will be very soon. In fact, it'll be this morning, I think, most likely. The club will get it confirmed. He's actually been working at the club. Ex-WHU employees confirmed this for the last few days. He's been there having meetings. He had a big meeting yesterday. I'm going to talk about that in a second. But this is great news. This is really good because it sees West Ham getting on with things. We're not hanging around. We're being proactive and getting ahead of it. Look, we've got a big rebuild to do, so it's imperative that West Ham get on with things. But I'll tell you what as well, it's important that the club show the fans, also show the football world that we mean business, that we're up for next season already. We're already preparing. It does feel like Stediten's been busy working while the season's going on. Do you know what I mean? Because it does feel like we are really hitting the ground running here. But this is obviously about Lopetegui today. This is look, who knows how well this guy's going to do? But I'm really on board with it. Was he my first choice? No. But am I really disappointed? No. I'm optimistic about this appointment actually, and I think I like the fact he's coming in as a head coach. That's the bit that's exciting me. I like the fact that we're building this backroom staff, and I like the fact that the recruitment structure is completely changing. That West Ham are adopting a far more data-driven model, and we've got a technical director or director of football, we want to call him, in Stediten, that is going to be in charge, is going to be leading this in terms of how we're going to recruit. And that just fills me with so much excitement and optimism for next season. I want to talk about what X said on the West Ham Way Patreon as our other sort of main channel. This is what he said yesterday. So they had a big recruitment meeting yesterday. And this is what he said. He said, the team trusted with the rebuild are as follows. Tim Stediten, this man needs no further introduction as his move has been very high profile. He's said to have been behind the appointment of Lopetegui, and it's also has a key role going forward in recruitment and more freedom than he had when he was working alongside David Moyes. Moyes ultimately had the final say in all the transfers, and it's said to be one of the mutually agreed reasons why he left, because he didn't want that to be taken away from him. Stediten has brought in his brother Moritz to the club. Moritz is Tim's younger brother. And was a former player himself in the German leagues. He's previously worked 9 years as a scout for German side Werder Bremen. It's here that he met Max Hahn. Now, Max Hahn makes us another part of the team. He said to have a very modern approach when it comes to recruitment, and he's already driving a number of new initiatives around the club. His title will be Head of Technical Recruitment and Analysis, and he said to be very skilled at using data to recruit players. He's also been an assistant manager at Dynamo Dresden. Max is only 28 and he's already a very impressive CV and makes him highly rated across Europe. I mean, these at the end of the day, of course, being West Ham, we're going to sort of make this sound, we'd be excited because we are excited. But I'm really impressed with the sort of people we're bringing into this club. It feels like we're adopting now this modern structure that we've all been craving. So X goes on to say, finally making up his team is another 28-year-old. It's called Dylan Kernell. Dylan's been at the club since 2018. We know Dylan, having moved from Cardiff to the academy as a performance analyst. His first role at West Ham was under 18s performance analysis before his good work got him promoted to the head of academy analysis. He was then part of the successful academy sides in recent years, and work got him in the role in the first team recruitment. He is now the longest serving member of the recruitment team. Dylan is also said to be a big West Ham fan. As I say, we do know him, and that is true as well. And which I've always think is important to have such a background team. This is X's views, by the way. Let's move on. It appears the club are also very excited about the new recruitment team that they've created. And this is following the meeting today. They're going to move quickly now to sign. They're going to move quickly to sign targets. There are 2 targets now that are very close, already to being confirmed. These are always the ones that we talked about previously on Patreon. This is regarding the Brazilians we're after. We talked about this channel as well. We believe talks are progressing with Brazilians Wesley Gassanova and Fabrizio Bruno, with the club hoping to conclude these deals very soon. Gassanova is an exciting young forward who plays for Corinthians. He is 19, highly rated. He'll bring a lot of attacking flair to the club. Whereas Fabrizio Bruno is more experienced. He's 28 years old, centre-back. He currently plays for Flamengo and recently played twice this year for a Brazilian national side, making his debut against England in March 2024. This is a new and exciting time for the club, as X concludes, and we're going to keep this updated. This is a really, it feels like a real fresh and exciting chapter for West Ham, and I like the fact we're coming out of the blocks, we're getting on with stuff. The meeting apparently was very successful yesterday, as I've just talked about, and there's a real growing optimism around the club. Now, obviously, I say the club are going to confirm Lopetegui very soon, and we'll get a little bit more about that and what he's got to say about the club. It'd be very interesting to know, actually, regarding what his thoughts are regarding next season and his ambitions. I'd like to hear some serious ambitions from him. Obviously, of course, we're going to do some write-ups about that very soon in terms of when these sort of press releases come out, which we haven't seen at the moment. I know that some fans were a little bit disheartened when they saw about the Creswell news, because Creswell, of course, has now agreed a new contract extension at the club. And people were sort of saying, well, that's hardly ambition, is it? We just brought this new guy in, and the first thing we do is get Aaron Creswell, who's been with the club now for 10 years, to sign a new extension. As far as we understand it, it's purely for to be a squad player. And he admires the player, and also he likes his personality. And also another key factor behind this, which I think is really important, is because we're losing David Moyes, of course. We lost Declan Rice last summer. Mark Nobles, of course, now, although he's still at the club, is now away from obviously the dressing room. You've got a new manager coming in. I think he wants to keep some senior players around there to sort of just keep things going. And so bear in mind as well, Creswell is known to have a very big connection with the academy and helping the academy players to make the step up and settle into the first team. So it's important, I believe, that we keep those sort of senior players around, because we don't know the futures of other senior players, do we? Like the likes of Kurt Zuma, who's been captain. Is he going to be captain next season? I'm not convinced he will be. So I think that's the main reason. Don't think of it as like Creswell signed a new deal, he's going to be our main left back next season. That's not the case. So I would rather than go into the mindset of trying to worry and think, oh my God, it's not be good enough. I think just let's see how the summer pans out. I think it's going to be really positive, and I think it's going to be quite exciting. But yeah, Lopetegui confirmed now, and we're going to get the official announcement very soon. And it's on to this new and exciting chapter at West Ham.